turning the heat all the way up with a guest who embodied strength, wisdom, and heart. He grew up in a city that made soldiers, and he became one serving 8 years in the military. But the real story, it's the one behind the smile. Through deep loss and heavy moments, he leaned into his faith, found purpose in his pain, and became a light for others. Known as the Love Doctor, let's give a who's got advice for any situation and a mission to motivate the next generation to be better, do better, and dream bigger. Y'all get ready because Major Love is in the building and his episode is one you don't want to miss. Hi, Major. So I'm so excited to have you on today's show. We are going to get started with the icebreaker just to, warm it up. It is Tell Me More. So it is going to be a deep thought. You're going to pick a card and guess go first.
I want this one because it's backwards.
So I hope.
Reading?
Yeah.
What's something you want and are also a bit afraid of?
Well, that's a good card.
That is
That's a good card.
something I want, but I'm afraid of. I don't know. I don't think I'm really afraid.
I don't know.
of
It's
it,
not an option.
I don't think I'm really afraid of anything. I think like anything that I want, the reason I want it is because I feel like I can do it.
So what is something you want then?
I want to be like a real motivation to like the world, like to all ages, older people, middle age, young people, like motivation, like
Okay.
even like showing my hard times and stuff people don't like to see.
Right. Okay, and I love that you said that because Stay Lit, that's exactly what we are here for, is to create space where a lot of times people always want to talk about their accomplishments, which I love and definitely want to create space for. But we know it wasn't easy to get there. We know it went through a lot of trials and tribulations, days we wanted to give up, days we be like, how we get here, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, but we get it done. And that's like, this is where Stay Lit is really focused on. So living in our truth and really embracing, like, yesterday I didn't really want to get up and do it.
For sure.
I may have been like that for a week, but that was a part of my journey. And that's what motivates people to be like, I experienced that too. And it gives me hope that I can get to somewhere. So,
I feel like that's every day, though.
yes.
Everything you do is, even if everything going completely good, it's something that's going to mess up, that's going to blow you and be like, you know what? I don't want to do it.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it.
Exactly. So my question is, what's the biggest feeling you have right now? Now, if I would answer this yesterday, it would have been a negative feeling. Today, the biggest feeling you have right now is I want to say hope or optimistic, because I have my days where I be like, how am I doing this? Where's it gonna go? I'm tired, I'm stressed, like it just feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And then but it doesn't last long. It's very temporary. Then I have my days of like, you are doing it. You are doing a good job while you're doing it. And like nothing that you're doing will go in vain. Like it's always going towards a bigger purpose or end goal, even if it doesn't feel like now. So I would say today I'm feeling hopeful and optimistic.
Yeah, I like that. I actually like that a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Well, thank you so much for participating in the icebreaker. So tell the world about Major Love. Who is Major Love?
I'm the hottest hot boy you know when it's cold outside.
Okay.
Man. I'm a podcaster. I'm an artist. I'm a influencer, content creator, motivator. I'm just anything God sent me to do, I'm that.
Okay, I love that. I really love that. I really love that based off of your response there, it seems like, God is truly your foundation.
Yeah.
And, where is your walk with Christ right now? And how has that been with creating space for him to be in your life and managing that relationship with being an entrepreneur and being all those things that you named? I'm sure it's complicated to balance both of those.
Right now it's just like me making sure I give him the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I grew up in the church. I grew up knowing who God was.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like parents and my grandmother, they forced me to do it.
Right.
I had to stray away from it and then realize I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Once I realized I needed it, I'm like, okay, I know God's there. I know I have to, everything that's going on with me is because of him.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm learning, like, I really have to give him his time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not just saying, like, oh, yeah, I love God, I believe in him. But, like, no, like, give him his time, give him his praise, give him his, make sure that he understands that you trust him, that you have faith in him and believe in him. That's kind of where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned that you are learning. And so like what was a pivotal moment or pivotal incident that happened in your life where you're like, I have to give him his time. Like I really need him. If he is not a part of this, X, Y, and Z will happen. I feel like we all have those moments where it's like, okay, like things really got tightened up.
I lost a lot of people, like death, like back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And I always took those things and pushed them to the back and distracted myself at work.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to get to the point where, like, mentally I couldn't hold the capacity to work because I was dealing with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I wasn't going to God.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't going to that. And shout out to my fiance, she definitely pushed me. Watching her not grow up in like a church home and then forcefully put herself in there and grow with it.
Yeah.
That gave me the motivation. Like, damn, I grew up in this and I ain't even as hard. I ain't going as hard as her.
Right. And she's transitioned into that. And so, they say who he finds a good wife, a good woman, there's a blessing into that. Shout out to Beyonce. And so, I feel like you mentioned that you dealt with a lot of loss, and loss is tough. Like, it really is an ongoing thing. So it's something that you interact with in the moment, afterwards, and then it'll just hit you, randomly. So how do you deal with grief and still keep pushing forward for those that may also deal with that?
I deal with it by working. Honestly, I'm still dealing with it. Mm-hmm. I lost a partner. 6 months later, I lost my godfather. 6 months later, I lost my cousin. 6 months later, I lost his sister. So, like, it still go on. Mm-hmm. I just learned how to not talk about it because I don't want to be that person that always just bringing up, like, yeah, I'm going through this because of this. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to be that Debbie Downer. Mm-hmm. So I just keep motivating others that kind of, like, make me feel like I'm doing right by them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But in what ways do you feel like you see it in your behaviors that is manifesting into you not dealing with it? Does that make sense? How is it impacting you by not dealing with it?
Because it, like you said, random. Mm-hmm. Sometimes randomly it'll hit me. Like, I might have a smell or a song that I related to that person or an image, and it'll hit me hard. And I still, like I said, I still don't talk about it. I don't tell nobody. Sometimes I really just be at work and just be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And it'll hit me hard. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't tell nobody. Mm-hmm. So, like, in those instances, it kind of scares me. Because, like, I be thinking, like, at one moment, it might hit me so hard that I can't shake back from it.
Right.
But that's when God come into play. I make sure I continue to pray that I get better, that I talk to somebody. Because, you know what? Let's go back to that icebreaker. That's what it is. Therapy. Like, actually talking to somebody. I'm terrified of it.
Okay.
Terrified.
And, okay. So, I'm a therapist, right?
Yeah.
So, what's your biggest fear when it comes to that?
Facing it. Like, actually facing what I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. Saying it out loud. Mm-hmm. Like, because I know what it is. Mm-hmm. I feel it, but it's like saying it out loud to somebody and they telling me, well, this what it is. This is what you're doing wrong. This is what you need to do.
Right.
It's like that. Because it's like I kind of know what to do. Mm-hmm. And I'm forcefully pulling myself away.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of it.
Okay. And so, you admitting that you are terrified of it is a big thing, and that's important. But, God says you got to go through it, not over it, not under it. And so, God is going to be your source and your anchor throughout the whole thing. But it's like, I always see my relationship with God is like, we're a team. So he got to do his part, and I got to do my part.
Yeah, we got to meet him in the middle.
Yeah, you got to meet him in the middle. So if you keep avoiding it, God going to keep putting you in a position where he going to be like, I know you see it's bothering you. I know you still feel it. Like, you see it's there. I know you feel that feeling. What are you going to do about it? And so, sometimes my question is to you is, if you have a son, would you want him to experience what you're experiencing right now?
No, and that's crazy because I think about those specific things on how I would be able to teach him, or even if I had a daughter, like how I would be able to teach them how to deal with those things.
Right. So you got to lead by example, because they're going to be like, well, Dad, I know you lost X, Y, and Z, and we just lost so-and-so. How did you deal with it? You can't go, your daddy was a runner. He ain't.
Can't tell them that.
Right, you can't tell them that because then they're gonna be like, oh, if daddy was a runner, I could be a runner too because daddy's still here and he seem all right, but daddy really not all right.
Then mama gonna get on my tail. She already be on me.
See, so I think, but you know, a lot of people deal with that though. A lot of people are afraid to face it. And that's why, like, it's crazy you say that because when people come to therapy, no matter of all ages, or gender, although my favorite is black males. Actually, all my clients are black males right now, older and younger, kids and adults. And the thing I tell them is you should applaud yourself because therapy is hard. Like, people avoid this. Like, people don't want to take the time to really face it and do the hard work. So once they finish, and my favorite client is a black male client because I'm like, yes, because I know you need it. I know you need this space, and I know the work that it will do and the impact that it will have.
And I think it's mainly because I feel like I'm carrying so many other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like people come to me for advice.
Yeah.
People come to me just to vent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I feel like I have to be this strong person for so many other people, friends, family, whatever. So it's like that kind of helped me get over mine, but it's definitely not helping me.
Yeah. So like, and I can definitely empathize and relate to that. And you know, they say if you take care of everybody else, who takes care of you?
Right.
And sometimes we gotta take care of ourselves, but a way to take care of ourselves is having that space to where you can be authentically yourself and say all those things that you may not be able to put in those spaces for everyone else because that's a protected space you have with them and they look up to you. And you unconsciously is carrying the weight that if I say that it's too hard or I'm experiencing, then they may not feel comfortable to come to me because they're like,
or they might give up.
Yeah, because they're like, wait, you supposed to be helping me and you're struggling. So I definitely get that. But that's what makes therapy so beautiful because there's somebody that you don't know. You don't talk to them all the time. They're not, you're normally probably not going to see them all the time. They're not going to they're going to hold you accountable, but they're not going to bring it up in the midst of chaos or something bad happened or, you know, hold it as a grudge. And so if anything, therapy is a space would be the place to where you could dump all of that out about everything and anything and you can leave that space not knowing that like this person not going to go and say, because who they gonna talk to about, right?
Who they really gonna tell?
Right, and we have licenses, so we can, we do, you know, there's some big consequences that come with that, and that's where confidentiality comes from.
I mean, I just had my first therapist session right here. It just gave me a little
something. Yes, and so therapy is such a beautiful thing. I work with a young client right now. He's 13. He lost his grandfather, and every time we talked about his grandfather, he would cry. And he's writing a trauma narrative about his grandfather. And he did a part today, and he said, "Thank you for encouraging me not to cry when I talk about my big daddy." And I'm like, "And you not crying?" So just imagine the work that could be done if you put the work in to get it done. We gonna get back into it, y'all. Stay tuned for part 2 as we continue to talk about Major. Thank y'all so much for joining us again as we dive a little deep into Major just really sharing about his experiences, who he is, and how he has been dealing with grief. And I really love the transparency and vulnerability that you're sharing in this space because it's so important and it's going to resonate with our audiences and show them that it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. And you're not the only one that also just struggles with that, like that fear of talking with therapists. And although I have my biases about it, I definitely understand that. And that's why I do everything that I can to make that space as comfortable as possible because my goal is to always, when they leave the session, is that they're like, okay, if something happens again in life, I will be more prone and comfortable to do therapy again because it has such an impact. However, you shared a lot that you give advice to people and you really care that way. People come to you often. And I think that is a gift that God has blessed you with. And, you know, thank you for using that gift and using it to give glory to God and just showing them, you know, who you are. But what's the best piece of advice you've ever given to someone, and what's the best advice you've received?
The best advice that I've received is really just like take everything as a grain of salt. Like, don't take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets to a point where it's personal, then it should be literally personal.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take it like that, because truthfully, in the military, that showed me like all the rah rah, all the stuff people can say to you, that means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It means nothing after so many months. It goes away. It's pointless.
Exactly.
The best advice I've given someone, I don't know. I've given so much advice. Stay true to yourself. I think that's a big thing. Like,
Always.
because trying to be like somebody else or trying to imitate somebody else, or like, oh yeah, so and so told me to do this, I'm gonna do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
It works for so long.
Right.
If it works, sometimes it don't even work at all.
Right.
But like, stay true to who you are. Stay true to what you are grounded in, how you was raised. Like, stay true to it.
Yeah. And so, what makes you so good at giving advice? What attracts people to that?
I've been through a lot.
But what about you as a person, though? Like, because your energy and your aura and how you engage with people is because they may not know that unless you speak about it. So naturally, what do you think about you as a person that people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Major, or makes them keep wanting to come back?
I think because I'm considerate. Like, I never judge nobody. Even like the people that everybody like, oh, he this, he that. I still just be like, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even people I don't know, like at work, I'm just like, you good? You straight?
Yeah.
Let me know if you need, like, because I think I just try to make people comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people have anxiety.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just uncomfortable. I try to just make sure people are comfortable. And maybe that's what it is that people see.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I heard people say, like, my demeanor just makes them comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it all the way, but I just put it in God's hand. He did something.
He did, right. He did his big one. I think just like being in a space with you and just also knowing you as a person, you can tell off the rip that you're very genuine. Mm-hmm. And then also you just have, your voice is very calming. And so I think it just creates a space to where, with my background in neuroscience, certain environments allows people to feel it's a stimulation type thing. So tone of voice, how they speak to you, those are frequencies that process and like, okay, like it makes you feel comfortable. It's a sound stimulation, as well as like I truly feel like we give it energy and create a space. And so, have you ever been in a space with somebody and they may not even talk, but like their aura naturally fills the space and you can feel it.
Yeah, I feel energy a lot.
Yeah, so with the stimulation of your tone of voice and then your aura, I could definitely see like how someone could feel comfortable in your presence. Where, how those people are like, I just be in the elevator and people just come up and talk to me. They tell me their whole life story. Like, that is what I see from you. And that is definitely a gift from God, because He wants people to have those safe people in this world, and you're definitely one of those people.
I definitely think that's my purpose. Mm-hmm. Like, the older I get,
mm-hmm.
and like pay attention to it, I think my purpose is literally motivating and giving people that knowledge. My mom also told me that too. She said she think that God made me a preacher for the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need to be in the church giving it, talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm the one that go to the streets and talk to the people that's not coming to church.
Right. I love that. And so share with us a little bit about, Major, how did you grow up? What was your experiences like in your childhood, younger self?
I was an athlete. So like, my mom and my family, they motivated and supported me in that aspect. But I was also a very troubled child. I strayed away on purpose. Like, I was, what's the word, rebellious. I was a rebellious child because I have this problem of like, when people tell me to do something, mm-hmm. I kind of just choose to do the opposite.
Yeah.
And it strayed me into the wrong direction, which showed me a tough part of life.
Mm-hmm.
But like, outside of that, I had a lot of support at home. It was tough mentally, not physically, like, mm-hmm. in the presence. It was mentally tough for me.
And if you could talk to your younger self, the young soldier coming out the city, what would you tell him?
Don't do it. Don't do it. I did a lot of things that after I did it, I was like, why did I do that?
Why did you do that?
And it was like, and I'm not gonna say it didn't help me now, but like it was
Right.
like unnecessary stuff
You're right.
that could have went bad. Like I see a lot of people now, like young kids, do stuff that I did, and it turned out bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they went to jail, they died or lost something.
Yeah.
And it happened to me, but it didn't. That's why I believe God definitely had his hand over me.
Right.
But it was just a lot of stuff like I shouldn't have been doing.
Right. Well, you know, you're growing up. You're about to get married soon. And so you are in a position where you are, you know, walking stronger in your walk with Christ and becoming that man and the leader of the family. And so that means that you are creating the foundation for a legacy. And so what do you want your legacy to be? When people hear the name Major Love, what do you want them to feel or remember?
Oh, I had good energy. Like I made everybody smile. I talk about this to my partner Sam. Shout out to him. Like that's what I want to be remembered for. When I come around, whatever you're going through, you forgot about it for this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or if not, you forgot about it when you left. You like, man, Major did that. Let me get on my stuff. Let me figure this out. Cause he like not trying to like showboat or show off to people, just show you like it's possible no matter what's going on.
Right.
And you can still have fun even though this going on.
Right.
And like celebrate the small wins. That's like my slogan.
Yes, it's been your theme lately.
Wins.
Yes. And why is that so important?
Because it helps you get through it.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to set a long-term goal and you're like, okay, I got to do this, this, and this to get to the long-term goal. You completed all those things, but you're tired, you're stressed, you're unmotivated. It gets harder to get to that goal. But if you celebrate every small step, it's like, okay, I did this. Let me celebrate. All right, boom, next step.
Right.
Boom, get to that. Let's celebrate. It's like small. I ain't saying like blow a bag and go on a trip. Just like
get you something to eat.
Yeah, take
buy a good dessert or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like just go to the movies. Like just celebrate those small wins because they matter. Because if you didn't do each one of those, you never get into the
next step.
You never get in there.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And so your name is Major Love, and love kind of plays into the Love Doctor. How did that come about?
Well, love, Major Love, that's kind of how that came about. But the Love Doctor, I talk to a lot of people about relationships. Like just whether they in a relationship or whether it's just a female talking about whatever her situation is, what dude talking about situation with his female. I give that advice. And I think that's because I had a lot of situations with females in my past, and now I'm in my relationship with my fiance, and we went through a whole lot. People look at us like, oh, y'all the ideal couple or this and that, but like those first 2-3 years, it was tough, and we had to really figure it out. And so now when I see people going through those specific things, I just know what to say because I did it.
Because you did it right. I love that. Do you feel like you had a good example of a healthy relationship growing up with your parents?
I would say yes. I'm not gonna say it was the best, but they still together. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
They wasn't very open with what was going on with the relationship, but I seen the bad, I seen the good.
Yeah.
So I would say yes.
That's good. And so, are you ready to have kids?
Yes.
How many kids do you want?
Mentally, I'm ready.
Mentally, you're ready.
But I still be outside. You know what I'm saying?
And so, like, as you prepare to have kids, what life do you want them to have, and that's going to be different versus like how you grew up?
That's a great question. I want them to know that like they can do anything, but so I struggle with wanting them to understand the struggle, but I also don't want them to have to struggle.
Yeah.
But I think you gotta understand it because if you just get handed everything, it could turn out bad when something happens or something that's not handed to you.
They gotta be comfortable.
Right. So I'm trying to figure it out now. I don't talk about it to my fiance as much, but like I'm trying to figure out now how to be able to tell that part without actually having to just throw you in there. So I just want them to be able to understand both sides. Like you got everything because we worked hard for you to have it. But it could be like this.
Yeah.
And it could be bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that's a definitely a challenge that a lot of people experience. And with having my niece, that's something that too I feel like she's very privileged And but I allow her to go back with her family so she could see like, oh yeah, I got it good. I got it good.
Yeah, and
but also
it's a huge transition.
Yeah, it's a transition. But what I'm learning is that I feel like as parents, we really try to protect our kids by any means necessary. But what I'm learning is she got bumped her head.
Yeah.
And natural consequences are real, and I can't protect her from everything because kids naturally have that rebellion in them is already programmed in their brain.
Right.
So if the more I try to protect her, the more she's gonna try to attract it, and I'm stressing myself out. So it's like if that's what you want to do, of course you put it out there. You're like, okay, cool. You don't want to be too in it, but at some point when you're like repeating yourself over and over and over again, go ahead. See what happens, and then you're like, oh, okay.
It's hard.
It is hard
because I feel like if you let them, if you keep them privileged, let them have everything they want, and never have to deal with that struggle. When the struggle comes, because it's gonna come.
Yeah.
It's gonna hit way harder than if you.
Yeah.
Already had to deal with.
Yeah. I think the best way to do that is when problems come, because everyone's going to experience problems even at sense. When it comes, allow them to bump their head, but give them the tools on how to maneuver through it. Instead of trying to protect them from it, give them the tools, but like, this is when you do fail, this is what happens. Or you don't have enough money for that, give them allowances and have them budget. So I feel like there's structure to it rather than putting them in chaos and not having the tools to navigate through it. That's where things get chaotic. But Major, we have had a great time together, and I think that we gave our audience a lot of gems that they will be able to resonate through with them just really thinking about grief, death, mindset, being there for other people, but also most importantly, taking time. Taking time for themselves. And so I always like to leave guests with a word of advice, and I think you would be the best person for that. So, what is a word of advice that you would give to our audience that would just remind them of, or that would give them the space and the tools, or the encouragement or motivation to stay lit, which is just living in their truth, like you said, staying true to themselves?
You got to believe in yourself and believe in the plan, even though you had this plan and this happened, and threw it off track. You got to still believe in it. You can't lose track of it just because you lost some money or you lost somebody. Still believe in the plan and believe in yourself. Sometimes you got to take a different road than what you seen at first.
Right. Take a different path, but it's still going into the same destination.
It's called the long route. The shortcut is straight this way from what you see, because that's what the maps told you. But you've been going up this neighborhood all your life. You can go this way, take a little detour.
Right. I love that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Major Love came through and dropped nothing but realness, resilience, and revelation. From his journey through loss to his mission to uplift the youth, he reminded us that hard times don't break you, they build you. He's a living example of what it means to stay grounded in faith, locked in your goals, and lit with purpose. Major Love, thank you for lighting up this stage. To everyone watching, remember, no matter where you come from, you've got the power to rise, inspire, and stay lit. We'll catch you next time.